Well, I've brought the folding baseboard into the house. It's actually in the hall, so we'll just see how this this folding unit now actually works. So this is the Minories baseboard, legs all fitted, hinges on what will support the road bridge. The only part to complete is the fiddle yard, which will sort of extend out from here, fit round here. Here is the fiddle yard. I've made it narrower than the baseboard because it's only got to take a couple of tracks. So when that's all assembled, that will just fit on the end there. Just thought I'd show you one improvement I made to the table legs so I can adjust the height, and that's the fitting of this bracket on each leg. You can actually move the leg up and down, so you can vary the height of your baseboard and get it perfectly level if you do happen to have a slightly uneven surface. So here we've got the plan for Minories. You can see here, this is this part here where the track's been drawn in, provides for a very interesting station approach with a number of crossovers in place. Now, what this allows for is that there's 3 platforms, one here, and one here. So a train entering, because of the way this has been designed, can enter one of any of the 3 platforms, regardless of which line here it's coming in on, simply by changing the crossover directions. And likewise, a train leaving any of these 3 platforms has got the choice of routes out. So that provides for quite a lot of interesting operational activity. Over here on the right, there is a Loco spur. So a small engine would be in here. A train would arrive, would pull in to the terminus, uncouple the coaches. The engine that's parked up here in the Loco spur would reverse out, come down, take the coaches off, either park them up at a carriage siding or move them to another platform ready for another Loco to come in and take them to the destination they were heading for. When CJ Freezer designed this, he was really looking at quite small radius points, because he was trying to get this area here into a single baseboard unit of roughly around about 3'4" for the design. Now, I've actually allowed for 4 foot, and I've looked at a couple of plans using something called SCARM, which is a computer aided layout design package. SCARM is available free, but if you want to go beyond what you're provided for in the free package, you pay a small fee, and that just allows you basically to design more track into your layout. The free package is obviously sufficient to do Minories because there's not that many sections of track involved. So I designed this using Pico set track, points, curves and straights. So I put down some track following this design using the set track points, but I wasn't happy with it. So what I've done, instead of using these set track points here, and if you look at them, you can see the curve here is quite sharp. I mean, that's great if you haven't got a lot of space, but I've got slightly more space than in the freezer plan. I'd actually got 4 foot to play with. So I decided I'd do another plan using slightly larger radius points, which is this one here, again using scarm, and I've used the Pico streamline points, which are these. So I've gone for the bigger radius points. So you can probably see the difference here. Drop those down. Just turn them round. So I've gone for the larger radius points. So you can see there's the quite sharp angle there as that turns out, and there you've got a much more gentle turn there on the on these. Now I've had to go for the small point in the streamline range. I know people tend to prefer using medium or large points, but quite frankly I haven't got the room really to put that in where I want, so I've gone for these, and they look fine, they look okay. And bearing in mind it's a small tank engine type layout, the tank engines look quite reasonable crossing on the smaller points. As you can see, I've laid some track for the approach to Minories. It's the complex of point work in place. Apologies for the wiring spaghetti, but this is just here for test purposes, so I can check that all the connections are okay and that everything works properly when I put a train across the track work. Using the scarm plan indicated a piece of flexible track was needed. One of the advantages from scarm is that when you put in on your track plan on the computer a section of flexible track, you can find out the length that you need to cut. That was basically the length that I needed to cut, and that's the length that scarm gave me, the outside rail here. I think it came to something like 226mm or thereabouts, but scarm does give you a precise measurement, and then it was just a simple task then to put the cutter on the inside rail. That will look slightly more smooth when I've laid the track. There'll be a little bit more of a curve on it, but for now it's there for test purposes. For operating Minories I'm using a DCC setup. Let's give this Loco a test run down to the Loco spur, which is just down there. So here we go. What I do like about DCC is that it does give you some great slow speed control over locomotives. Well, heading towards the Loco spur. Entering the Loco spur. I'll bring that to a stop. Change the direction, bring it out. Okay, so that seems to work fine. Now we'll try another route. Send it into one of the tracks, which will be next to one of the platforms when they're all done. So off we go. Should we go past the Loco spur? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, heading down towards the towards where the platform one will be. Let's bring it to a stop. Reverse it back. Bring it back now. Must admit this Loco is running very smoothly. Right, let's bring that back. Let's bring that back a bit more. Right, this will send it down to platform 2. Over the points, slowing it down slightly. Yeah, that's running well. Bring it to a stop and reverse her out. Yeah, all seems to be running very smoothly. Okay, we'll send it down to platform 3. Great, that's working fine. Okay, we'll just reverse that back down to this side in here. Let's see if that's going to work. Into reverse. That's running smoothly. Bring it to a stop. Okay, bringing it out. Now we'll just send it through the point work to check everything's okay. Off we go. Yeah, it's working well. Bring it to a stop, and I'll bring it back onto the other line that leads into the station, again crossing the points in a different direction. Stop. Right, that all seems to have gone well. So all that remains now, amongst many other things to do, is to get this spaghetti all tidied up. But before I do that, I'm going to have to get the baseboard covered in some cork, so the track can be based on that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. All the wiring seems to be in order, and Loco seems to be comfortable with it all. I mean, I will send it through with a carriage as well, just to make sure there's no hiccups on the points. But for now, I'll leave it there. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back in due course with another update on Minories. Thank you.